Okay, the question for today is finding three-digit even numbers. So, you are given an integer array digits where each element is a digit. You are given an integer array digits where each element is a digit. Okay, so array is digits and each element is a digit, like 2 is a digit, 1 is a digit. Basically it is trying to say that it is not a string. The array may contain duplicates. Okay, you need to find all the unique integers that follow the given requirements. Okay, first requirement is the integer consists of concatenation of three elements from digits in any arbitrary order. Okay, like 102, 120, 130, any order. Okay, the integer does not have leading zeros. Okay, so we cannot have 0, 1, 2. We cannot have 0, 2, 1 either. Got it. The integer is even. That means the last digit should always be an even number. If the last digit is an odd number, we will not consider it, right? Okay. So let us try to see what is happening here. Let us take one example and try our brute force method here. So let us just take this example 2130 2 1 3 0, right? We have 2130 and now we want to find all its possibilities. Got it. So let us take 3 pointers here and see what can happen. So let us take here I, j and k. Let's take them I. Let me change the color. I is red, J is blue, and K is yellow color. Alright, so I am considering this as I, J and K as 3 pointer. Now let us try to move the first pointer. So let us try to move K to the next index and we see that okay, we cannot form a 2-digit number. Then we try to move K to the next. Again we see that it is also a 2-digit number and we cannot. Okay, this is also a 2-digit number 2 and 3 and we cannot create a 2-digit number. It is compulsory that the number should be a 3-digit number. Okay, next is okay, again 20 is only a 2-digit number. We cannot have a 3-digit number. Then what we will do is we see that we have gone through each element with the third pointer, that means the third digit, and we are not able to find the appropriate answer. So what we will be doing is we will be putting back K to the correct position and we will try to increase J. Once I increase J, I see that again we are at the same point. 2 and 1 is a 2-digit number and not a 3-digit number. So what we are trying to do, we will be trying to shifting k, this. When we come here, again there is only two digit, 2 and 1, so we cannot include this. Then we go to the next digit, that is 213. So the first digit that we got is 213. Right. Now we need to check it that it does not have 0 on its first position, and this must not be an odd number. But this is an odd number, and we do know that how to check that the number is odd or not. So this is an odd number, so we will not be considering it. Next we will move k to here. Now it's 210. So this is an even number, so we will be considering this number. Now next, again moving our k to the front position, that means we are trying to start the iteration again from k is equal to 0, but this time with j is equal to 1. So what we get here is 23, not a valid digit because it is not a 3-digit number. Now 213, I got next number as 213, but it is an odd number, so we will not consider it. Now we move to the next element, that is 0. Next element is 210. We will consider it as this is not a yes, so it is not 213, it is 231, because we are considering I, j and k. The order is reversed, k will always be at last. So it's an odd number, so we are not going to consider it. Now we are moving to 233. What we are getting is, it is a 2-digit number and we will not consider it. Now we are getting 230. 230. It is an even number, so we will consider it. Now next we will be restoring k to its original place for the iteration, and we will start moving j. Once we move j, I can see that it is a 2-digit number, and hence we will increment our k pointer. So what we get here is 201. K will always be at last. This is an odd, so we will not consider it. Now next we move k to next element, that is 3. This is also not, we will not consider it, just for the sake of all. I am writing 213. This is odd, we will not be considering it. Now next, for the next time, I see that the pointer has gone to 0, and since it is 2-digit, now it's become a 2-digit, so we will not be considering it. So once we get both the pointers at the end, what I will be doing, I will be putting back both the pointer to the start, and what I will be doing is, I will put this, because this has not been iterated yet, I will put this to the second position, since our, let me write here, this type of iteration is useful. Now we are starting with k, right? Now our I is moved to 1. Now we will say that j is currently at 2. J is currently at 2, and we are moving this I. This is a 2-digit number, doesn't make any sense. This is a 2-digit number, doesn't make any sense. Now 3 is the new number that we are getting, so I am writing 3 here. It is odd, so we will not consider it. Now next put it here, 0. Okay, so 1, 2 and 0. Since it is even, we will consider it. Now put again just moving j forward and making k back to the original position. So it's a 2-digit number, we don't care. It's 2-digit number, we don't care. We don't care either, right? Because since these two are at the same position, we will always get a 2-digit number. Now we'll move our j 1 forward and our k back to the original position. So what I get is, I get 3 different digits. That is, the first digit is 1, the second digit is 3, then third digit is 2. It is an even number and we will be considering it. Now j has already been moved forward. If I move it to 1, 2 digit doesn't make sense, 3, 2 digit doesn't make sense, and last it gets 130, it makes sense, and we will be considering it. Now restoring this, since it has k has completed the complete iteration, I am restoring it to the original position and putting j 1 forward. That is okay. Again we get a new composition, that is 1, that is 0, that is 2. It is an even and we will consider it. Now let's move this to next. So 2 digit doesn't make sense. Okay, 3 digits, but we get 103, right? We get 103 this time, which is odd, and we are not going to consider it. Now this putting k back to 0 position doesn't make any sense. It is a 2-digit number. Now since both of them has reached the end, I will be putting both of them to the start position and moving our k forward to 3, right? So our k is at 3, our j is at 2, and our I is at 3, our j is at 2, and since k is at also 2, it is a 2-digit number, doesn't make sense, so I am putting it forward. Now I get 3, 2, 1, right? Where should I write next? Okay, let me write it here. Okay, just moving this, making this smaller. Okay, okay, so now we have I as 3, j as 2 and k as 1, right? So it is an odd number, we will not be considering it. Now we move this k 1 forward. It is a 2-digit number, doesn't make sense for this question. Next it will be 0, so it is 3-digit number and we are going to consider it. I is 3, j is 2 and k is 0, and we are going to consider it. This is perfectly fine. Now I am putting k back to 0th position. I am moving j 1 forward, right? What I am doing is I am just trying all the permutation and combinations of it. So now I get a new number, that is 3, j is 1 and k is 2. This is an even number and we are going to consider it. Now let us move forward this k. So putting k 1, 2 digits, putting k 3, 2 digits. Now putting k 0, this makes 3 digits. So let me consider it 3 1 0, and it is valid, so we are going to consider it. Now let me take this back to the first position, increment j by 1, which doesn't make any sense. Even if I iterate all over, because it will always be creating a 2-digit number. Now let me take this position. Yes, this makes sense. Let me make it even smaller. Right. So this makes sense. And what do we get here is 3 0 2, and this is even, so we are going to consider it. Now let me make this k 1 forward, and we get 301. This is odd and we are not going to consider it. Now moving forward to any place will just result in 2-digit number, which doesn't make sense anyhow. So what I will be doing is, so this makes a 2-digit number, this makes a 2-digit number, but since we have reached here, what I will be doing is I will be putting both these pointers to the first position, yeah, and then putting this I to the next position. Now we get a 0, and no, because it will always be giving us 2-digit number. Then we are going to get this. And so what I get here is 0 2 1. This is odd, but the first digit contains 0, and whenever the first digit is 0, we can check it by saying that it should be greater than or equal to 100. If it is not the case, it does not satisfy our equation, so we are not going to consider it. So next, so what do we get next is whatever we get after this, that is 0 2 3. This is first condition fails, it is not greater than or equal to 100. Right. Now next condition, it goes here, it becomes senseless. After this it goes here, and I traverse through each and every element. So when I traverse 2, we'll get here 0 and 1 and 2. So this is also greater than equal to, this is also not greater than equal to 100, so we are not going to consider it. Then we are moving our k, putting this to 1 doesn't make any sense, putting this to 3 makes sense. Okay, putting this to 3 makes sense, that is 0 1 3, right? So this is also not greater than or equal to 100, and so on. Whatever we write after this will just be starting from 0, and hence we will not be going to find anything. Once we all reach here, right, like this. Once we all reach here, right, once we all reach here, the loop ends, and whatever the result we have created, we will be returning it. For example, we have created, let us match it from here. So we have 102. Have we created 102? Okay, so we have created 102. Next is 120, 120, yes. Next is 130, 130, yes. Next is 132, 132, so 132 and 132, yes. Next is 210, 210, yes. Next is 230, have we mentioned 230? Yes. Next is 302, have we taken this 302? Yes. Next is 310, have we taken this? Yes. Next is 312, have we taken this into consideration? Yes. Next is 320, have we taken this into consideration? Yes. So yeah, all the cases covered. So let us move to coding part now. So what do? We are okay, so we need nums, and all these nums should be unique, so we will be storing it in set. And let me take this just len of digits. Right, now what I will be doing is I will be looping all over I, j and k for I in range n, for j in range, for j in range n, and for k in range, for k in range n. What I am doing is I am just checking all the permutation and combinations. Now once we come here, we saw in the diagram that if I is equal to j, or I equal to k, or I or j equal to k, these all resulted in two digit numbers, and if the number is two digit, then we just want to say continue, right? And if these numbers were not if these digits were not not two in total, then what we are going to do, we were going to find the num. And how do we find num? We say digits I into 100 plus digits j into 10 plus digits k, right? Each time we will be doing this, and now we'll be checking that if this num is greater than equal to 100, sorry, if this num is less than 100 anyhow, sorry, if this num is greater than equal to 100, or and num must be divisible by 2, and not. So it must be greater than 100 and it must not be divisible by 2. So it must be divisible by 2, right? So yes, if this is the case, only then add num, otherwise don't add, right? Once we get all this, here we get nums, where num is not in sorted order nor it is list, and we need to return list here, right? So what we will be doing, result is equal to list of nums. We have converted here set to list, and what we will be doing is we will be doing sorted list of nums, and finally we will return res. Let me run it. So all the cases passed here. Let me try to submit it. Okay. So you can see that this code works here. I lie here, and this code works. And let us now see its space and time complexity. So okay, so this is order of n cube. What I am doing is right. So let me see the time complexity here also. Analyze complexity. Yeah, order of n cube. Right. Now many of the people have done it in 43 milliseconds of runtime. If you have another solution which run faster than this, then you can definitely share it in the comment section. And if you like my solution, do like it. If you have any doubt, you can ask it in the comment section. So thank you guys.